Medical officers at Ghana's entry point have stepped up their checks on travelers following the outbreak of the Ebola virus in the West African sub-region. Although Ghana is yet to record a case, health authorities say they have stepped up surveillance, especially at the borders, to ensure the country remains Ebola-free. But Ni Smart Abe, who just returned from the Ghana-Togo border, report due to infrastructure constraints, some travelers are finding it very difficult to avoid the health officers and in the process giving the border officials a rough time.
The border town of Aplau in the Volta region is one of the busiest entry points into the country. Of course, because of the close affinity in language and the people on both sides of the border, movement here is very brisk, as well as business. Since the spread of the Ebola virus across boundaries in West Africa, concerns have been raised about cross-border movements. So we are here in Aplau to find out exactly how port authorities are dealing with the situation, and if at all they have recorded any incidents here in Aplau. Although there is general concern about the spread of the deadly Ebola virus disease, life at the Aplau border is what you'd see any day. Human and vehicular traffic appears normal, but the routine checks for travelers is not limited to what happens in the office of the Immigration Service alone.
Our function is such that you have to receive the person. So the people will come to you, and then they will give you their documents. You have to observe, check the documents, and then do what is necessary before the person moves on. But like I was telling you, since the port health sensitized this, we are to look at the physical appearance of the person. If we observe that probably the person is not so well, we can alert them for them to do their screening properly.
Port health officials, on the other hand, are having a hard time fully executing their job of checking travelers. This is due to the non-availability of office space for them. For now, they are using this makeshift station for their duties. Assistant Chief Public Health Officer Raphael Marfo, who leads the health team, says the unit is doing its best under the circumstance.
We have the capacity to do the work. Our only challenge is sometimes office accommodation, and it cuts across. When you go any of the entry points, you see that most of the challenges that we have are office accommodation. Look, I ran here up to Akano border, but look at my office. We are supposed to put gadgets down, computers and everything, get our PPEs ready, get our first aid ready. We don't have office accommodation, and it must be provided.
The Customs Division of the GRA has donated an office space to be used as a vaccination center for travelers. That aside, the port health officials have taken delivery of their first consignment of personal protection equipment, which will be used if a case is detected. Raphael Marfo explains, although 3 travelers turned up sick, it was in no way related to the Ebola outbreak.
So far, I would say absolutely no. Just last week, the only conditions we had were 3 stomach pain, 1 and 2 malaria cases. When we get it like this, we quickly refer them to the hospital where they are treated.
Some travelers and traders Joy News spoke to had little or no knowledge about the disease.
What I know, it was a very dangerous sickness. I know, but I learned that it's not yet in Ghana. But that's what I know about it. But last time when I was watching Joy News, they say you shouldn't touch bush animals with our bare hands, and that's what I know.
Ebola is a newly spread disease which currently killing people around Sierra Leone and I think Liberia. Yeah.